Hi there, I'm Ben and welcome to part 14 of my full platinum walkthrough for Alan Wake Remastered. This is episode 2, this is the entirety of episode 2 on Nightmare mode. We have one collectible, Nightmare Manuscript, page number 4, and it's 36 minutes into this video. It's right at the end, just before you save Barry from all the birds, right at the end of the episode. That's where it is. So that's going to be the bottom corner for the whole duration, but just know that you only need to worry about one collectible. It's right at the end. I will also be finding all of the, well, no, I do get all of them, all of the supply chests, so that you always have flare guns available to you to help out. Now, I'm not going to stick around and do the whole narration on this one like I did with the previous one. I'm going to jump in at pretty much all of the encounters when there's enemies around, but there's no enemies around for a good while yet. You're going to do this bit in the apartment, and you're going to do the whole bit at the police station, and then you've got the bit with Barry in the visitors center, and then once we kind of leave and get to the first fight, which is when you're saving the guy and the dog, real far down, that's probably when I'm going to jump back in. Until now, just kind of go through the motions and get to that point when the first sort of instance of enemies is, which is quite a while yet, so I'll see you then.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cop, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Hey, mister! Hey, can you turn the light?
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left. Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business. Barry?
Ow! Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week. You and Alice. Oh, I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers. A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently.
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a
Wait
very
here.
nice girl and more
Easy there, boy.
importantly, a
I'm
fan.
almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car? Just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
Wait here. I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. But when you start confusing just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again. I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al. One through the door now.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice. The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming!
Please, help me! Help me! Can you hear me? Anyone! Please,
Hello?
help! Back here. I'm back here. Hey.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened. The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on. I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on. The ground was covered with oily patches.
Right, I'm back. There are going to be enemies from now on. So you saw me get rid of one of the blobs on the floor. That's just so I can backpedal if I need to. I'm not going to stand on it. Yeah, the enemies, these are the straightforward ones. 4 shots to kill these ones. Things do get a bit, not scary, not dangerous, but you need to be more aware when you're doing this, especially if you've come straight from easy mode. Things are going to be a lot different for you. This being one of them, the boss fight was stucky here. It takes forever on this nightmare mode because reducing their sort of dark shield using the light takes forever as it is. It's just bad. It takes so long, it's pointless as well. You have to follow him around, it doesn't charge you that often, he runs off back into the visitor centre, you can't get him. You get stuck and it takes quite a long time. But yeah, just keep following him with the torch and he won't even get near you. You'll be on him the whole time, but it just takes so long. And when he do, I think it's actually 10 bullets to drop him once his shield's broken. So, yeah, I have to wait this one out. No, I've got a decent amount there. You can do sort of a bit of light damage to him, and he's warping around, but it's not much. See, I wasn't even paying attention with that one. He's not even coming towards me. And then once you've dealt with him, there's going to be the 2 enemies come through the fence. They're just regular ones, so there's not much more to say about this part. I'll jump back in when there's when some more enemies or encounters. We will be skipping or trying to skip as many as possible as well, just because it makes our life easier. So I'll see you when some more danger arises.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it. Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
So you saw me then. I went and got the supply chest. I'm going to try and get most of those, so we always have some flare guns, because they do come in extremely handy in certain instances. Now, I did say we're going to be running and avoiding a lot of encounters. There are certain ones where you need to be smart, though, like this, where if you don't kill these guys and just kind of run for it, you'll not get the checkpoint before the other people. So yeah, you need to turn around and kill these three. If you funnel them onto the bridge, bottleneck them, then it's going to obviously make your life easier. But the reason we actually didn't run from those ones is you're going to see up here in a moment, there's going to be a checkpoint. And if they are chasing you, you will not get the checkpoint. Up here and then through here, and it's just before you go down and meet the first big guy of the game. You'll checkpoint, which will be, I think it's around here. I'm sure you don't. Where are we? Here? Yeah, it's about here. There we go. That's what I thought. Yeah, so you wouldn't get that if they were all chasing you. So yeah, just kill those three. There's just the three at that point. They're not going to infinitely spawn, so just those three. And then when you get to here, you're going to want to take care of this big guy. And then you're going to be able to ignore all of the others. You do have the flare gun. I would recommend saving one round of the flare gun for a certain point later on. You can use it now if you want to. Although one big guy on his own shouldn't be too much of a problem. Right, once he's done, stick to the left-hand side here and try and take the most direct route as you can to the next bridge. If you're quick, then yeah, I think they despawned on me, but usually the only two that will follow you are the ones from the tree, rather than having new ones spawn in. So you should only ever have two follow you. But if you kill those two and then run down, more will spawn, so you're just kind of wasting resources. So get on the bridge and then take these two out. The reason for this is for powering up the generator and getting the checkpoint. So yeah, get rid of those two. And then we're going to be able to boot this generator up. Now, this next part after this is quite a trick. The road is basically blocked by enemies. There's two options you can do here. You can get used to using the shine the torch in the face method, which is always good to kind of do. Obviously, there's that little second or so when you shine a torch into an enemy's face, they sort of recoil, and it gives you that moment to run past them. That's what I'm going to do. Or you do have the flare gun from before, so this is the last point where you'll have that flare gun, because you do drop it later. So you can use the flare gun here, aim for the big guy, or just flash it into his face and then just run for it and dodge through. You get that little second that allows you, yeah, there as well. You see, I just sort of quickly L2 flash it into his face to yeah, got a bit unlucky there, but they'll sort of recoil and it gives you that time to run past them and just make a run for the light, the safe haven, and you're good. So yeah, you can actually use the flare gun there. Don't worry about wasting it, because you are going to drop it at this point. This is the point where we meet the kidnapper, and we drop everything anyway. So yeah, I'll be back for the interaction with the kidnapper when that sort of fight. It's not long, it's like a minute or so, but yeah, there's just this ride and then the cutscene, and then we'll run up the hill and do that.
see them too?
Hell, of course I see him. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep that light steady on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here with Alice. He knew my name. We were headed in the direction of Lover's Peak. There was no way this was a coincidence.
Right, it's just us and the kidnapper, and he has the weapon, and he's completely useless with it. So, or it definitely feels like it on this nightmare mode. He was not shooting the ones I was trying to get him to shoot. I was breaking their sort of light off them, and they just wasn't having it. He's like shooting rocks. He's completely missing the whole time. But yeah, try and hold these off best you can, and then when they get close, pop a flare. Sometimes it's better if they're really close to hold the flare up, because it will drain their kind of light shield. Or if they're at a distance, then drop it and then use your torch to drain it a bit. You can see he's not doing anything here. Like, there's only one left with a shield here, I think. This one hasn't got it. What are you doing? Shoot them! He was having none of it. There, finally he's got one. This is only... Oh, where's he come from? This is only the first wave as well. So we have already seen him before. I don't know where he came from, actually. Did you get rid of that one? Yep. No, he's reloading again. It's every other shot he misses with. Oh, there was a whole cylinder of bullets and he missed. It hit him like twice. Oh dear. Yeah, so just sort of stand back, and then when this second interaction happens, then just hold them off. He's not going to shoot. Hold up the flares as opposed to throwing them, really. Get them to back away. And I'll join you for the bit at Lover's Peak, which is not too bad, to be honest.
Just a little longer. Scare him off. Get some light on those bastards. That'll keep them off us. Just a little longer. I almost got it. Okay, it's open. Move or to lose it. Better get ready. They'll be on us soon. This is it, Wake. Last stand. There's more flares here. Get ready.
Right, Lover's Peak. This bit might be a bit intimidating. Obviously, we don't have a gun. All we have is the useless kidnapper and his inability to shoot at things. He just sort of shoots in direction of things. Yeah, the first three are going to come from this straight ahead. So these three shouldn't be so bad. I'm trying to bounce back and forth and push them all back at the same sort of time. But he's still not shooting very well. It doesn't matter if he gets hit, obviously, so you can use him as a shield. Like that. Stay behind him. He's just not doing anything, is he? This guy, the one here. Finally. This next one you're going to want to move back towards the entrance, because they won't come from behind, so you're all good. He's persistent though. And yeah, pop flares whenever you need to. Push them back. The main problem is the third lot, really, because of the big one in the middle there. How has he not killed anyone yet? He's right next. Right, there you go. There we go. Okay. So you got the two that come up from up here. Try and get some early damage on them, or shield reduction, whatever it is. And then, yeah, you're going to want to pop a flare and stand next to them. and try and push the other two back as well. Is shooting the one that has got shield. Shoot the one that doesn't have shield. No, we're going to have to go for it. So got this nice little slowdown here. I think that's because I saved myself. He's got one. We've got the other two over here. We've got the big guy to worry about yet. Well, he has. I don't. Yeah, so the big one's obviously the problem. If he does come towards you, then just pop another flare and hope for the best, really. Obviously, you don't want to be throwing flares all over the place. You will run out. So wait till they actually have to do it right at the last second. Like, oh, that was close. Like if he charges you at this point, it's all clear. So I actually tried to dodge him, but it's so difficult to dodge that charge. I was late then, I know that. But they track you really well as well, which doesn't help. And then finally, hopefully you'll get rid of him. Right after the cutscene, you're going to want to turn around and go into the waterfall and get the supply chest in there. I'll be back when we sort of cross the log for the next encounter.
Come back here!
He had Alice, and he wanted the manuscript because he thought it held some magical power. But I had no manuscript to give him. I had to get back to Barry and figure out my next move.
Right, crossing the log. There's going to be three initial enemies here. You're going to see me do a little dance. I'm trying to get them to spawn in and run away. Nope, that didn't work. I have to go back, try again. What I'm actually trying to do is get them to spawn. I'm going to run back and jump on the log. Just be careful doing it. You can still die because you'll fall off. Obviously, they can't get to you, which is good. They can still throw stuff like that, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, you won't get surrounded. So yeah, it's always about trying to funnel the enemies and make it as easy as possible. You can run this point if you really want to, but I wouldn't advise it because these aren't the only three. You're going to get another 3, I think, spawn in. I don't really stay. I think it's 2. Sometimes it's weird, this one. On my practice run through, there was only 1. Yeah, I'm sure there's, like I was expecting just 1. I watched it my practice and there was just 1. And yet I'm getting hit from the side here, and there's 1 from there as well. So yeah, 3 there. So it is random, I suppose. But pop a flare and just run for the fallen log up here. And once you've got that, you can turn around. You can either ignore them or you can turn around and get rid of them. I turned around because I wasn't sure how close they were. I probably would have made it, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. And then at the top of the log, you're going to want to switch to the flare gun. And then hit the big guy that walks around the corner. Just make sure the other smaller one is close enough to him to die as well. And then kick up the Jenny. There's a hunting rifle in that hut ahead of us. Pick that up. And then go to the plane and pick up the supply chest there. And then I'll jump back in when we drop down for the kind of big scenario where they all attack from all angles. Right, this is the a bit more of a dangerous area, I suppose, because they do spawn infinitely. I'm running. We didn't do this the first time around. I'm running to. There's a generator dead ahead here. You can ignore it and just go to the right, and you'll probably be okay because there is a checkpoint just before you drop down anyway. So you'll probably be okay. I should have started the generator at this point, but I thought I'd just try and pick them off. They're in a horrible position for me. There's one right to the right of me, and there's one, well, he's in front now, but it was to the left, and one in ahead. So they're not very well spaced. So we'll bit of a mess of this one, to be honest. Oh, just then, if the torch had run out onto red, unfortunately. And then kick it up and you should be fine. There are a few bits knocking about here. There we go. Hunting rifle ammo, that's always good. Right, now use the wall as your kind of reference on the right. Run under the fallen tree and aim for that log in the distance that's on the floor. You may or may not get some spawning behind you. If that's the case, just be aware of where they are. This guy comes in really close, if I remember rightly. He's right there. Yeah, he's right there. There is no time to react on that one. But I do manage to get the drop on him. And then at this point, these all spawn in this place every single time. So pop a flare and just run for it. He is a bit in the way there, but it's okay. But as soon as you're across here, you can just skip that whole bit. You don't have to worry about any of that. There were more behind me, I think. So there was at least sort of 4 or 5 then. Yeah, it's just no point sticking around. Take a bit of damage here. And yeah, I'll jump back in shortly when I'm at the top. So yeah, be aware of the black stuff on the floor as well, because that is all over this place. And yeah, we're back with the big guys and then the chainsaw guy. So see you then. So these next 3 encounters, including this one, the last ones we'll be doing, that you kind of have to do, I suppose. So push him back with a flare. So you can put everything you have into these next 3. So you've got this big guy on his own. He's okay. A single one of these is fine on his own. If he tries to charge you, pop a flare, or if you're any good, dodge it. I always like to use the pistol on the big guys if they're alone, because obviously you have more ammo for that, and save the good stuff for when there's more than one, which there will be in a moment. There's going to be 2 of them come round here. I'm going to pop a flare at one of them. I probably should have shot it at the second one. I'm going to shoot it at the first one, who I already have a load of light damage on by the time the second one comes around the corner. So maybe do a bit of damage on this guy and then aim for the second one, and you probably kill them both. Not that it's a problem. I mean, it still does quite a bit of light damage to him, but he's probably going to charge you. Do we get away with it? Yeah, we do. 2 rifle shots with these ones now. So that's encounter number 2. Just 1 more left. All the rest we're going to kind of just skip. We've got that driving section. We're just going to skip everything there. We've just got the chainsaw one coming up, and that's why we need the flare gun. It's up to you whether you hit him with both flares or just one. I always like to save just one for an emergency. You never know when you're going to need it. So he breaks through, make sure the others are around him. I think there's just the one other on this one. He is still there. But there, broke his shield. How many rifle shots we got on this guy? 2, 3. Okay, so that's it for kind of encounters. The rest we're going to skip. So we're going to do the run through the camp. We're going to get into the car. I do get the extra rifle ammo from the toilets, so you can get that if you need it. I'm going to get in the car, and then I'm just going to drive all the way up to the top. And then at that point, there's an encounter, and I'll jump back in for kind of the bird section, and that's it. And just to remind you when the collectible is, we still haven't got it, but it's coming up very shortly. It's just before we get to the cabin with Barry, so I'll probably jump back in then, because there's nothing much until then. Just follow the route that I do with the car, and you'll be fine. You'll skip it all. You don't need to worry about it. So I'll see you then.
I still had to reach Barry at the cabin, but at least I was out of the woods.
Right, this is the last time I will be here on this video. This is at the end now. There's going to be some guys appear from the sides here. Just ignore them. You can either pop a flare or just run straight past them. This light is going to turn on when we get to it, and you'll get a checkpoint. So you just need to make it to that light. And yeah, we've just got the birds now, which are simple enough. We'll have more than enough yeah, of this ammo left, flare gun ammo. So you'll have plenty. There's the 2 caches as well. But you can die on the birds fairly easily because they are quite aggressive, to be honest. You just haven't really noticed it because we were on easy. Or maybe you were on normal and you did notice it, I don't know. But finally, we're going to see the manuscript page, number 4. It's here, it's right here. What are we on? 36 minutes in. And that's when the first collectible of the video, first and only collectible of the video. So you should have all of the episode 2 video manuscripts now, and then you just got to do this this section with the birds, which is straightforward. You should have around 10 or so of these flare gun bullets, ammo, whatever they're called, and then yeah, just use. They're always the same pattern, so you can use the same as I do. And then, yeah, run to Barry, run into his arms, and finish the episode. Right, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.
I'm sorry for thinking you were having a psychotic episode, man.
I sent Barry to the town to ask around about a man fitting...